All right, this deck profile is for the Harpie ladies. First off, you're going to have 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1. What this card does is it lets all of your win monsters, which is every card in your deck, gain 300 attack points. So we're going to need Harpie Lady. Then we have 3 copies of Harpie Queen. So this card, aside from being 19 attack points, which is pretty strong, so aside from that, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and then you can search for your field spell, Harpie's Hunting Ground. So that's what this card does. After that, you have 3 copies of Harpie Dancer. So Harpie Dancer, you can target a win monster that you control, put it back to your hand, and then normal summon again. So let's say that I have this card on the field, and then I summon my Harpie Lady, right? I can use this card to bring this card back and then summon it again, which I know doesn't make too much sense, but it will once I explain the field spell. Next up, you have 1 copy of Harpie Harpist. So this card, whenever it is summoned, let's say again you have a Harpie Queen on the field. Whenever it's summoned, you can target that Harpie Queen, bring it back to your hand, and then make your opponent also do the same for one of their monsters. So let's say they have a really strong monster, you can get rid of it by summoning this one. This one has another effect. If it is sent to the graveyard, that turn, when it was sent to the graveyard, at the end of that turn, you can get a Harpie Lady monster with 15 or less attack from your deck. Alright, then we got Harpie Oracle. Harpie Oracle has a special ability that whenever you control a Harpie monster with a high level, I believe it's level 5 or higher, then you can special summon this card. So you don't have to waste your normal summon. Let's say that you have a Harpie Lady Sisters on the field. Since this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars, that means that this one qualifies. So since I have a monster with 6 stars on the field, I can just special summon this one. It also has the effect that at the end of the turn, when you special summon this one, you have to grab a copy of any spell or trap card that has the name Harpie Lady Sisters in it, and I'll go over which ones you'll be doing. Alright, Harpie Lady Sisters. This card is pretty useless in your hand. If you draw it, that's really, really bad. But you can actually summon it, and the only way that you can summon it is with a spell card called Elegant Egotist. We will go over why we need this card in a little bit. You have Harpie Channeler, probably the best card in the deck right here. So Harpie Channeler, when you summon it, you can actually discard. What discard means is send 1 Harpie card from your hand to the graveyard, and then special summon any Harpie monster you want from your deck. So this card can actually bring out any card that you want. Usually what I go for is Harpie's Pet Dragon. Harpie's Pet Dragon is a level 7 monster. It's pretty strong, and it gains even more attack. It gains 300 attack for every Harpie that's on the field. So this one also has the effect that whenever there's a dragging on the field, this level becomes 7. So instead of having 4 stars, it becomes 7 stars. And since this one also has 7 stars, you can actually put them together and overlay for an XYZ monster. And the last monster in this deck is going to be Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon. So this one has a couple of effects. If there's 1 Harpie Lady on the field, then none of your Harpies can be attacked except for this guy. If you have 2 Harpies on the field, then this card's attack becomes double. So now its attack becomes 24. Originally, it's 12. And if there's 3 Harpies on the field, this card can actually destroy 1 card that your opponent controls every single turn. So it's pretty cool. You got 2 of those Harpie Pet Baby Dragons. Then you have 3 Harpie's Hunting Ground. This card, this one's really good because if your opponent has any set spells or traps, right? Every time that you summon any Harpie Lady monster, you get to destroy, or you have to destroy 1 card. So let's say that I summon this one, and I already have this card out, then it lets me destroy one of those set cards. Let's say that in the same turn, I summon another Harpie, right? I can actually use it again and destroy the other one. Right? The bad thing about this card is that you have to destroy a card. So let's say that this is what I have on the field, right? My opponent does not have anything on the field, and I summon a Harpie, I have to destroy a spell or trap. So guess what? It has to destroy itself. So just keep that in mind for when you do your combos. Then you have 3 copies of Elegant Egotist. This one, if you have a Harpie lady on the field, any Harpie, and you activate it, then you can summon a Harpie 1 or a Harpie lady sister. So you can either summon this one or a Harpie lady sister from the deck. Either one of those. So that's what Elegant Egotist does. Then you have Harpie's Feather Rest. You shuffle 3 Harpies from your graveyard to your deck, and that allows you to draw 1 card. Or, let's say that when you use this card, you actually had a level 5 Harpie or higher, or you could have that one, right? Or this one. So if you have a high level Harpie on the field, when you activate this card, you shuffle the 3 Harpies, and then you draw 2 cards instead of 1. So that's a pretty cool card when you need drawing. Harpie Lady Phoenix Formation, you only have 1 copy of these. If you control 3 Harpies, then you can destroy up to 3 of your opponent's monsters, but then you can't attack that turn. So this one lets you, it lets you destroy 3 of your opponent's monsters, which is pretty cool. Alluring Mirror Spirit, or Split. This card, what it does, let's say that you have a Harpies, and then somebody destroys that Harpie by battle, then you can actually special summon from your deck another Harpie with a different name from this one, from the one that was destroyed, right? And this one has another effect. If this card is destroyed by an effect of a Harpie card or by your opponent, then you can special summon a Harpie Lady from your graveyard, one that already died. So let's say that I have my field spell out, right? I have this one, and this one's in my hand. Let's say I'm like this, and I summon a Harpie. I could actually, this one makes you destroy a spell or trap. I could destroy my own spell or trap and then use its effect to help me summon another Harpie card. So that's why this combo is pretty cool. You also have a Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. It lets you reborn a monster from either yours or your opponent's graveyard. Hysteric Party, it lets you discard 1 card from your hand, so send it to the graveyard, 1 card from your hand, and then you can summon as many Harpie ladies that you have in your graveyard. So let's say you have all of these Harpies in your graveyard, yeah, you can summon like as many as you can. You also have Harpie Lady Elegance. This one only works with Harpie Lady Sisters. So let's say you have a Harpie Lady Sister on the field. If you activate Harpie Elegance, you shuffle this one back into the deck, and then you get to summon 3 Harpies. 1 from your graveyard, 1 from your hand, and 1 from your deck. So it basically turns this Harpie into 3 different ones. So that's pretty cool. You can swarm the field and just attack your opponent. Also, this card is similar to the other one because let's say that you have this one out, and you summon a Harpie. You can actually target your own card, destroy it, and if you destroy this card says that you can grab a Harpie Lady from your deck and put it in your hand. Then you got 2 copies of Mirror Force. If your opponent declares an attack on you, you basically destroy all of your opponent's attack position monsters. You have 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device. You can use this card to return 1 of your cards or 1 of your opponent's cards back to the hand. And then the last card in the deck is called Harpie's Feather Rest. Sorry, Harpie's Feather Storm. So this one's really cool because you get to stop all your opponent's monster effects. So let's say that you have this card set down and your opponent activates a monster effect. You actually activate this one, and for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Let's say that you have any Harpie Lady on your hand, on the field, and this card in your hand, then you can actually activate this one from your hand when you control a Harpie Lady. So you don't even have to have it set down. That's the cool part about this card. And that is about it for the deck profile. Now you're going to go over the Link monsters really quickly. So the Link monsters, this is Harpie Conductor. You basically make it with 2 wind monsters, and every card in your deck is a wind. So you send 2 of your wind monsters to the graveyard to link summon this one. So let's say you have these 2 out, right? You send them away, and then you summon this one. So this one has the effect that if you have a spell or trap on the field, and let's say your opponent attacks you and is about to kill you, you can actually destroy one of your spells or traps instead of destroying your Harpie cards. Alright, so that's pretty much it.